First I'm going to define what two key terms mean for us. First term we're going to look at is living off the grid. The second term we're going to look at is sustainability. Okay, defining off the grid. This term is bandied around a lot, and a lot of people have differing beliefs as to what it means. To us, it's trying to remove ourselves from paying for facilities and services that we can provide ourselves. Currently, our water and sewerage is classed as off the grid. We have a full septic, which turns into black water, which is then converted into grey water, and then it's used as gardening water. Our drinking water is made up of our sheds in our house, collecting rainwater and putting it into big tanks, so it is all again off the grid. Our electricity, although currently partially solar, is actually feeding back into the grid, which means we do pay for facility costs and services that we really don't need to pay for if we can change the way our property runs. So future-wise, we'll look at getting a bit more solar and hopefully getting a battery system so that we can run our electricity off the grid. But at the moment, our sustainability is based on being able to pay for the services we are purchasing off other people. With telephone, we've moved away completely from landline and currently only have a couple of mobile phones, and we are paying for satellite internet, which is one of the luxuries we afford ourselves, which although is probably classed as being on the grid to some people, to us, because it's a choice, it's off the grid. Sustainability is the idea of having a property that pays for itself in our day-to-day living costs. A property that reflects the best of nature and the amazing array of native flora and fauna that we have. And a life that works with the local community to support each other, use each other's talents and resources, and works together to live with the land. This doesn't mean it will pay for trips to America or big flashy cars, but it will hopefully cover all of its own costs and the cost of living, which include the inevitable rates, gas, electricity, insurances, food, petrol, car registration, education fees for the kids, presents, water, property upgrades and maintenance, such as gardens, tree removal, dam preservation, etc. and daily incidentals such as tools or furniture. If we wish to have anything above and beyond, we'll be working casually and saving the money to achieve those goals. A few of the ways we intend on moving forward toward a more sustainable property. We'll record an episode outlining our plan for each of these points, then follow up episodes to look at how they are going. So what we need to do to make our property sustainable. We need to have a food source. Now, on our property, we've got a nice big property. We've got lots of opportunity for that. We're in the process of creating a veggie garden. We've planted some fruit trees. We've got berries growing. We have purchased cows, sheep and chickens. We now have fish in the dam, and we're also creating a herb garden. Next thing we need to be sustainable in our view is electricity. Currently we have solar water backup and a couple of panels to feed the grid. Where we would like to head is to a full off-grid solar system with 12-volt backup for sun lighting, etc., and having our hot water run fully by solar. Financially, we do need an income of some sort of money. Don't need lots, but we need enough to cover things like insurance and rates and all those things that I mentioned before. In order to do that, we're going to be looking at setting up hip camp, some area on our property that we can rent out to people who just want to relax. Being that we're right in the middle of Melbourne and Sydney on the main road, hopefully this is one thing that will work well. We also have a few older sheds and buildings that we are hoping to convert to small Airbnbs. A couple of other ideas we've looked at to hopefully set up for future finance. We would like to set up for education, having educational groups come, whether it be kids or whether it be adults, to come and learn about the environment, come and learn about East Gippsland, maybe learn about growing, learn about sustainability and work with us on our journey. Another idea we've had out there is for having an annual small festival on our property. That's something that in the future we'll look into. Eventually we'd also like to have pigs, we'd like to have bees, We'd like to use our timber and make sure it's regenerative so that we can use our timber but also be growing new trees at all times. We'd like a couple of greenhouses. We'd like some long-term food storage, so a large walk-in pantry and refrigerator. These are all things that future-wise we will hopefully work on to enhance our property's feasibility as a sustainable property.